explain when we say manufacturing process.
Yeah.
What is that we need to completely define instance of manufacturing process and what's happening in each of these processes. So I'm going to use approach which is called in systems engineering black box approach. So I know that I do have something is happening, but what is inputs and outputs? So if you go over, I'll do this direction. So if this is my process, let me see. Okay, if this is my process, manufacturing process. Again, examples are drilling, milling, welding.
Yeah.
Shall we do baking?
Yeah.
Food industry. And we can do more.
Yeah. We have the list.
So
I don't think we have baking on the list yet, but we'll
for each of them, you will have inputs, which is terminology is stock, blank, and a few others. Could be, again, not for baking, but could be a cup of flour.
What is blank?
A different name for stock. Box for which I start. If you go with our previous example, so this is my blank in which I make stock and whole. Sometimes they call it stock, sometimes call it blank because there doesn't have anything inside. This is what's blank. And then I have output. So what is output? I have drilling. If I have my blank, I have drilling. My output could be hole in block or in blank.
Well, no, I would say that the whole, the output is the blank with the hole.
Yeah, okay.
It's not the hole, the blank. The output is what goes to the next process. So cross out hole in blank, that's wrong.
Yeah, blank plus hole, they both exist. But point here that I do have identity when I start this is my part. And I'm still, this is my same part, which is partially completed.
Yeah.
So what I would say, so using this example, what else do I need? So I need resources. Again, my resources in our IOF discussions, we had input material being resources. I would like to distinguish between these two. This is resources, what is sometimes called, let me see, is it disposable or different terminology? I think Breuninger used different.
Consumable?
Consumable, yes. So these could be consumable resources, but these are kind of permanent resources. Okay, I need to provide the shape of this hole.
Yes.
Who gives me shape? What gives me shape? Tool. I need to provide power for this drill to go through this material. What gives me power? Machine. So shape, power over energy, and I need to constrain this. On the other side, if I start drilling from this side, I have to do something. So constrain. In machining, we call it fixture. For every process that works on some material entity, using the terminology artifact, in order to accomplish something, I have to have minimum these three, but it could be more.
Except in baking, where you could do it with a human being.
Okay, so let's take an example that you did a minute ago in previous video is what? Icing a cake?
Yeah.
Icing a cake. So this is icing a cake. Okay, what is input? Non-cake, baked cake, right?
Yeah.
Cake. What is output? Cake plus icing. What happens? I do have icing on side of the cake. Who brings that icing on top of the cake? I need somebody to take it.
Yeah.
So human purpose of power of energy is done by operator or baker. The profession is a human baker. I have to know where to put that icing.
Yeah.
If I have a square cake, icing has to be square. If I have a round cake, icing has to be round. So this is the same operator. And how do I constrain it? I can either do table, or if I'm icing on the side, I have to hold it on the other side. If I'm icing on the side of the cake, if I try to push, it's going to go away unless I hold it. So it's the same operator. Point here that operator is smart and versatile and flexible, most flexible tool and machine.
So let's suppose that you have a machine, say a drilling machine, which has to be operated by a human being.
Yes. You mean this, or you mean how far back do you want to go?
It's a perfectly general possibility. Some machines need human operators. Some machines do not need.
There is a manual drill where you have a operator. Okay, a machine provides rotation, operator provides translation.
Yeah. So we could have.
I will have a plate here, and here is my drill, right? Going here, and this rotation is done by machine, by motor, and then this there is a handle here, like this, and this goes down. This is done by operator.
Yeah, good. Now, wouldn't it then be convenient to deal with the baking case and the drilling case in one single step by having a machine plus operator term? Either the whole machine plus operator can be a human being, or it can be something which has no human being, or it can be a human plus a machine.
It can. I mean, industrial food production does 100 cakes per minute. It's not a person that can do that 100 times in a minute. So they have. I showed you picture. I didn't get video to find a video. I didn't have it.
I'm just saying that the
same thing.
The core idea is not tool plus machine plus constraint. It's tool plus machine stroke operator plus constraint.
No, its point is shape, energy, constraint. That's point. So this is basically done on different industries, and you can use many different terms for this. In some cases, operator does all of that. That's purpose. I need shape, I need energy, and I need constraint my workpiece.
Supposing that your industrial baking involves some fancy new molecular changing of the constituency of the icing. So you use a nitrogen blast in order to keep the icing the same shape, but you're changing its chemical constitution.
Okay.
And you need, shape is not good enough.
I was resisting using feature because another overloaded term. You can use feature. And feature is...
Okay, so we just note that here, when we say shape, it could be... Actually, in BFO, we solved that problem just by saying quality. Quality includes shape, and it includes chemical constituency. Are there any
quality? Okay, at least in our recent work, on Arcos work, we say that at least in machining, feature is fiat object. So like, this quality,
like a slot, for instance.
Yes, slot or hole.
Yeah. That's too narrow in my.
I know, but quality. Are we talking about taste of this icing or icing itself?
There are
quality could be
kinds of quality, not all of which are going to be relevant for manufacturing industries, not even the food industry. But let's consider the food industry. So one step in the production chain in the food factory is indeed adding a certain chemical ingredient in order to improve the quality. The taste.
Yes,
The taste could be the quality. It seems as if quality is, in fact, the most appropriate term there.
I'm not sure. Quality is, correct me, what specifically dependent continuum.
Yeah. As is shape. Shape is just a kind of
continuum. So I would say that in a feature again, metal manufacturing is a little bit more independent, maybe generally dependent continuum. Maybe
a site in BFO is an independent continuum.
Yeah.
The hole and the slot are both sites. However, if we choose quality, what we're saying is that the job of the manufacturing process is not to create a hole or to create a slot. It's to change the shape of the box. Now it has a shape which does not involve these and those features or sites. Now it has a shape which does involve these and those features or sites. You can still talk about features, but remember, we're doing something very important now. We're trying to find a general specification for a manufacturing process. It always involves an input, it always involves an output, it always involves some kind of process, drilling, milling, welding, baking, and it always involves something like a tool which is responsible for shape or quality. Something like a machine which provides the power or energy, and that might be a human being, and something like a fixture which holds the input in place while the modifications are being done. And then I would say that something which we can just note, I don't think we need to add it, is that there is always a modification here.
Yes, this quality didn't exist.
And so
before, what exists after we are done.
Cleaning is not a manufacturing process. Cleaning off the dust.
I understand. So that's kind of its bordering example. But it's cleaning of okay. I mean, that's interesting. So in many metal manufacturing cases, after you do these things, slots and everything, you do a process which is called deburring. I'll write it down. My English is not.
Deburring.
Yes, deburring.
Which is smoothing things off.
Purpose is to remove this.
Yeah.
So is this manufacturing process or not?
That is harder than the cleaning. Cleaning is easy because the stuff is not connected. I think that is a manufacturing process.
Yeah.
Because it's connected stuff. It's part of the...
It's removing something.
You're changing, you're modifying the input. And so it's a manufacturing process.
Yeah, but
cleaning, you're not modifying.
Okay.
Removing oil. And
painting car body. They have something. So to make a hood, you take sheet metal, plate of sheet metal, you punch it. You are 5 force, maybe one step or more steps, and you get this curved shape. Before it goes to painting process, it has to be cleaned to remove any random atmospheric or whatever chemicals which could impact quality of painting. So is that cleaning manufacturing process or not?
I would say that because the paint is going to be attached chemically to the shape
to the metal
or whatever it is, then the painting is certainly a manufacturing process because you are modifying the input. Now, cleaning, if it really is just cleaning, washing off the dust, it's not a manufacturing process. If it has some chemical impact on the input, then it is a manufacturing process. I would suppose that painting in a car factory is a very complicated process which has multiple steps. And anyway, I think we probably...
Kind of what you're trying to see if cleaning operation, if cleaning of office is process or not, is cleaning of factory after you finish.
No, they are not.
So this cleaning is not manufacturing process.
Not in the sense that we are defining.
Yes.
At the moment.
Yeah.
But I think that the IOF deals with those cases by having not just manufacturing process, but also enterprise process and so forth. And cleaning the factory is an enterprise process.
Yes.
And then we have transport process, and it could be that transporting the car is always preceded by a cleaning process, for instance, or
yeah.
Cleaning probably is something that we need to think more about, but I don't think it goes under the heading of what we're defining here.
So this is what I think it happens in many industries: automotive, aerospace, electronics.
So you shouldn't be thinking about places where it holds. You should be thinking about the places where it doesn't hold.
You just gave me one.
Okay, give me another. So baking we've managed to accommodate. What would be another manufacturing process which doesn't have this? What about something like taxidermy? I guess we're not doing that in factories. There's no factory taxidermy. Taxidermy is stuffing dead animals so that you can.
Oh, okay.
Now, let's suppose we have industrial taxidermy. Then we have an input, which is the dead rat.
How do you spell taxi?
Taxi, and then DERMY. No, that taxidermy.
Okay.
That's the.
Okay.
Usually it's performed by hand. And there are some very elaborate examples. So if you have a tiger's head on the wall of your castle, that's the product.
But that same thing applies. You have a head. What they have to do? You have to put some chemicals to preserve it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you're putting this, I don't know how you do it. You have to hold it. You have to pour that. I mean, I think everything is applies. I mean,
okay, so
it applies on. I don't know. I mean, actually I had discussion recently with my student Darko. Is a painter in Montmartre in Paris. When he or she does painting, is it manufacturing process or not?
I think yes.
Because they're doing that for money. I mean, we discussed that in our discussion that we do have a monetary motivation for something to be manufacturing process. Or maybe these are all processes. So is manufacturing process my wife makes me dinner? Or I make dinner for her, it never happens. Is that manufacturing process?
I think if we have industrial baking, then we have to have.
Yeah, I mean, I see.
Domestic baking.
Scope of that is defined by business purpose, by business who is ordering this, what we want. So if you define physics of process, this is manufacturing process.
Yeah, I think that every business or every major enterprise anyway is going to have a prototyping process, where a lot of the operations which are later performed by machine will have to be performed by human beings.
That prototyping is different.
All right, I think that's a good place to stop.
Good.